The part that really makes a difference for me and why I call this, specifically this layout, the easiest rag quilt. And this is the easiest rag quilt for 2024. Once you make this, you're going to want to make one for every season, every birthday. It goes together so quickly. So as we're chain stitching these, you see how these seams line up. Ordinarily, what we would do is put these together like this, and we would open our seams and we would sew them together, and that gets kind of clunky, and there's a lot there to sew through. So wouldn't it be better if we could offset this? Let me just cut that and move these seams so they're like this. So I can sew this seam where there's no seam on the back. I can sew this seam, there's no seam here. But how do we do that? That's where my half squares, my rectangles come in. So on every other row, you can see this is how it's sewn in. I go back, and every other row I put my half square, my rectangle in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew this together like this. I'll line this edge up, and it bumps this row all the way over to the other side, where this is going to then line up over here. Now let me show you. I did a piece on the other end of this quilt just to show you what it looks like. And so we have an edge that's going to have a full block and a half block, a full block and a half block. And look at all those seams are offset. That makes the sewing so much easier, the clipping a lot easier, but even better, there's no seams to match.